5 minutes until showtime. Please begin taking your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, take your seats. The show will begin in 2 minutes. Please take your seats.
Good evening, everyone. We have 1 minute until we're live, so if you could please take your seats, that would be appreciated. Dean, shut down. Good evening. Welcome to the 2023 Hatch, the 11th of its kind here at BGSU in the Schmidt-Horst College of Business. My name is Dr. Jennifer Percival, and it is my pleasure to serve as Dean of the Schmidt-Horst College of Business. We are excited to be broadcasting live this evening from the Robert W. and Patricia A. Maurer Center on the beautiful campus of Bowling Green State University. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to meet 6 student entrepreneurs. And for those of you in attendance, you already met 5 others of our current student entrepreneurs pitching their business ideas throughout the Schmelz Atrium earlier this evening. The hatchlings pitching live tonight will share their business ideas with our Falcon investors in the hopes of securing funding to take their business to new heights. Each hatchling has completed a semester-long immersive experience with coaching provided by our Hatch mentors who have helped them explore and build their ideas. Tonight, we also have Hatch watch parties taking place throughout Ohio and some across the United States, extending a warm welcome to our BGSU family to everybody tuning in. We would also like to thank President Rodney K. Rogers for being here to support our hatchlings this evening. Before we officially begin the hatch, we'd like to invite Bill McDonnell, President of PNC Bank and Diamond sponsor of eWeek, up to the podium to say a few words. Bill?
Thank you, Dean Percival. It's a pleasure to be here, and welcome everyone. PNC is proud to partner with Bowling Green State University in a variety of ways. And this evening, we're honored to support the Schmidt-Horst College of Business to celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit behind the Hatch. Tonight marks the 11th annual Hatch event, a testament to the dedication of the faculty, staff, and leadership responsible for this program. Think of this, many of our hatchlings were barely in 4th or 5th grade at the time of the first hatch. Experiential learning opportunities like the Hatch are so valuable to our students. These programs help them think creatively and become strong business leaders with an entrepreneurial mindset. Let's take a minute to acknowledge those responsible, especially Dean Percival, Kirsten Leffler, Ryan Holly, Paul Hooker, and all the mentors and investors. Thank you for all you have done to support such an amazing program. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, let's turn our attention to the hatchlings, faculty, and mentors who have been hard at work for the last 10 weeks. During the next few hours, we will witness the culmination of their effort as the hatchling pitch their business ideas to our panel of potential investors. I want to wish every one of these talented participants the best of luck and extend our appreciation to each of you in the audience for being part of the experience and helping to cheer on our students. Your support speaks volumes to the strength of the Bowling Green State University community. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much, Bill. And as always, we appreciate PNC's support of entrepreneurship at Bowling Green State University. We have a small gift for you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's good. Now I'd like to turn the program over. I'd like to turn the program over to our MC for this evening. And some of you may be expecting to see Kirk Kearns, but he is on an improvement leave this semester. And so we have for you this evening, Derek Vandermeer, Director of Athletics and Recreation here at BGSU. Please help me welcome Derek.
Thank you very much for the introduction. First off, I am not Kurt Kern. Let's just start there. Okay, let's just make sure we're all clear on that one. I am not the circus master, the ring master that he is. It's a great honor for me to be here. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to enjoy the evening. What a great opportunity to celebrate students and to celebrate it with people that care and are invested in their future, personally invested in their future, and making dreams come true. So it's a great honor to be here. Also, the first Hatch event for today was how do we, pop popcorn and ensure that we don't bring the firemen and the fire trucks to campus. So whoever can solve that, let me know. That's for next year. So first off, thank you, Dean Percival, President Rogers, and our Falcon family and friends that are here with us live this evening, including everywhere watching our live stream. We are so glad that you are here to celebrate entrepreneurship at Bowling Green State University. Tonight, you're going to see some remarkable entrepreneurs from across the BGSU campus. We had 13 students this semester embark on the entrepreneurial journey that is the Hatch. Of that group, half were selected to present their ideas in live audience prior to the show this evening, and half you'll see pitch live over the next hour. This is different from past years and provides us an opportunity to engage more students in learning about entrepreneurship and business viability throughout the semester. Tonight, students will be asking our panel of investors for funding, and many will be seeking incubation. Incubation focuses on helping student entrepreneurs prove their business concept and secure funding necessary to take their companies one step closer to their official launch. During the semester, hatchlings had access to many resources throughout our region. The Big Fab Lab, the realizability here in Bowling Green helps students bring their products to life through prototypes and exploring valuable propositions. Shoemaker attorney Doug Miller helps students with intellectual property, and our faculty and students throughout campus who are helping our hatchlings in a variety of ways. Thank you all for supporting your fellow Falcons. We've also focused on develop post-hatch resources for students so they can continue the work on the businesses within our communities. We have two investors on our panel this evening committed to this work. Mercy Innovations, ProMedica Innovations, both organizations that invest and help to incubate companies right here in Northwest Ohio and are helping to promote this year's theme, Sustainable Communities. We can't wait to meet our hatchlings this evening, but let's meet the evening's investors first. First up, our lead investor is George Heath. George Heath is a retired group president of Sherman-Williams in Cleveland. He's actively involved in education, teaching, economics, and entrepreneurship at University School in Cleveland area. George was a BGSU athlete and earned his Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from BGSU in 1987. Megan Reichert is the Director of Innovation for Mercy Health, Northern Region. In this role, she works with innovators to help move their ideas from concept to commercialization. Megan has had over 15 years of experience in leading various economic development programs and has worked with both the private and academic sectors on projects related to technology transfer, technology commercialization, business incubation, entrepreneurship, and minority business development. Megan has also spent over 11 years in leadership roles in the automotive manufacturing industry. Let's welcome Megan. Next up is Clint Steigerwalt of Maclovia. Is a ProMedica Innovations Director leading a diverse innovations team. Core focus area of his work are installing culture of innovation, providing a business center and complementary services, and accessing investment funds through ProMedica Ventures. He works with local investors and community members to advance unique technology concepts and promote economic development. Clint is also a local business owner. Next is Bethany Bryant, is the president of Private Trust Company. She graduated with her accounting degree from BGSU in 1991. She there earned her MBA and became a licensed CPA. She's involved in many nonprofit organizations in the Cleveland area. In 2020, Bethany was inducted into the Paul Hooker Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership Hall of Fame. Let's welcome Bethany. Finally, Emmanuel Manny Conti is an operator partner for Welch, Carson, Anderson & Stowe, a private equity firm in New York City. During his career, he has been a CEO of 2 companies and has had over 25 years of experience in software business, information and technology services. He's currently on the board for 3 different technological companies and is in the chair of the BGSU Foundation. Manny graduated from BGSU in 1989 with a finance degree and went on to receive his MBA from the University of Chicago in 1994. Investors, welcome Manny. Investors, tonight you have the opportunity to help 6 BGSU hatchlings get their business off the ground. Each hatchling has been partnered with a mentor to work through their business and help prepare for the evening. Each hatchling will introduce themselves, their business, and define their ask. They'll have up to 4 minutes to present to you their business ideas. Once they've completed their ask, the investors will have 6 minutes to ask questions and then make their offers. I will announce a 2-minute warning, which will indicate time is running out. A quick reminder for our investors: students will be requesting funding for the next steps of their business. Investors are able to accept or decline the deal, but if 3 of the investors decide they are in, they are all in. George Heath is our lead investor this evening. George, do you have any words about our hatchlings this evening?
Thank you, Derek. Welcome, everyone. First, Bethany, Manny, and myself would like to welcome our new investors. Megan and Clint, thank you so much for being here. We're excited to have you. This is a very exciting day at BGSU every single year, and we're thrilled that you're a part of it. I'd also like to welcome our new hatchlings who are hiding in back. It's an exciting day for them as well, and I'm sure quite a nervous one also. Unlike the founders that you see on Shark Tank, the hatchlings here are still very early in their development stage. They're passionate about their ideas. They've been working it quite hard for several weeks preparing, but these are still just ideas. With incubation funding they may get from us tonight, we may one day see them on a Shark Tank or maybe even see their products on store shelves or in the community somewhere. So as investors, we'll be deciding tonight which hatchlings we will send to incubation. They'll get help from experts. They'll get some money to help the development of their idea. And as investors, we just saw their videos for the first time about 4 days ago. So like you, this is going to be an exciting and fresh night as we ask questions for the first time. And everything will be decided live here tonight. So no decisions have been made before this. So it's going to be a quite exciting night for us, for the hatchlings, and hopefully for all of you as well. And finally, I do want to thank all of you for being here and all of you online for being here. Thank you so much. The energy in the room as the night progresses becomes palpable, and we're really excited about how the night will go. So, Derek, I think we're ready.
All righty. Thank you, George. So now we start, and the hard part is first. Not everyone will be funded tonight. However, those who do not receive funding can take the feedback shared tonight and use it to enhance their ideas for the future. For our viewers near and far, don't forget to vote for your favorite presenter and business idea of the evening. The person with the most votes will win the coveted Eggie Award. The Eggie is a glass egg made by our very own glass-blowing studio on campus in the School of Art, and it's made by Assistant Professor Ali Hogue. You can only vote once, so make it count. Dean Percival and I will be awarding the Eggie to the hatchlings, whoever gets the most votes later this evening. Finally, we want to make the moment to thank all of our mentors who helped the students in their businesses this semester. You have taken time out of your busy schedules to help our BGSU students learn and adapt to their businesses, and we are so grateful for all your support of our students. Thank you for your commitment to BGSU and to our student success. So thank you to all the mentors. Now, who is ready to hatch some deals? Yeah, let's go. Let's get it going. I like the attitude of the room. We have people up on the rafters. We got everybody on every level and online. Let's get excited. We're ready to get this going. First off, Ryan Schunicke of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and later of Toledo, Ohio, is a sophomore in the College of Technology, Architecture, and Applied Engineering, pursuing a Bachelor in Visual Arts Communication Technology degree. Ryan is passionate about serving his community, and last year began an internship at Cedar Creek Church. Ryan is a strong advocate for change and is always striving for improvement and growth. Bethany Poe is from West Chester, Ohio, is a sophomore in the College of Technology, Architecture and Applied Engineering, majoring in Visual Communication Technology with a specialization in interactive media and print. Bethany currently works as a barista in active and university community and a proud member of BGSU's Visual Communication Technology organization. Ryan and Bethany's mentor is Cal Bowers. Cal is the Vice President of Growth at Robex. Cal is a BGSU alum with a Bachelor of Science degree in Sports Marketing. This is Cal's first time as a mentor. All righty, Ryan and Bethany, let's hear your pitch.
Do you have a favorite sports team or player? So what happens when they get traded?
Depends who it is.
Depends who it is. If you're anything like me, it becomes an old jersey and it starts hanging in the closet. So I can imagine we felt similar emotions. It can be frustrating investing in a player's jersey only for them to be traded shortly after. Even with solid research, you never know for certain if your favorite player is going to stick around. For example, my favorite hockey player, Zach Parise, played for the Minnesota Wild. Zach had 7 years left on his contract when I purchased his jersey. 3 years later, he was traded.
So unfortunately, this happens in virtually all team sports. In 2022 alone, the NFL recorded nearly 100 traded players. You don't have to be a sports fan to empathize with that fact. Spending $200 on any article of clothing is a massive investment. So how do we solve this problem?
Hi, I'm Ryan,
And I'm Bethany.
and together we're Swaps Jersey Co.
So we solve this problem by innovating today's athletic jerseys with our interchangeable magnetic name tapes and numbers. We created Swaps Jersey Co. with the hearts of sports fans in mind. Our Build Your Own Jersey experience gives fans the flexibility of swapping out their name tapes and numbers without having to purchase a new jersey every single time.
But that's not all. Our mission at Swaps, forgiveness. So we at Swaps Jersey, we're on mission, and that's to create a more sustainable, equitable economic ecosystem. We believe sports have the power to bring people together and unite communities. When you come experience your Build Your Own Jersey experience with us at Swaps, we want you to know you matter, we see you, and we see your community. And we want our products to represent just that. Our supply chain is structured to minimize big business influence and maximize profit share with small businesses who give back and pour into the communities they serve. We've partnered with community leaders such as Shane Hollenbow of 3Chord, who manufactures all our name tapes and numbers like you see here today. And we've also partnered with Kent Kokomo, who is the owner of Elite Collegiate Apparel. Kent will allow us to sell our products in his store for a percentage of our sales, which makes Elite Collegiate Apparel our first location and home of the Swaps jersey. Through this model, we are projected a gross profit of $42,500 per 500 jerseys sold at $190, which is a gross margin of 45%.
So who manufactures our jerseys? We understand that this market is controlled and dominated by the few. We also understand that in order for us to streamline this process, we need to work with big business, which is why we're planning on teaming up with Nike Apparel, who will supply us with the same jerseys you all know and love today. But before any of this can happen, we have to go through an intense 3-phase application process with the Collegiate Licensing Company. They handle licensing for nearly 200 universities, with each standard license costing about $500. That would give us permission to produce products for any school who falls under that umbrella, which is amazing for our case because we look to expand nationally using the same business model mentioned earlier.
So today we are asking for a $5,000 investment. With your aid, we can order enough jerseys to run market tests on our products here in the local area. And together we we can start to strengthen our local economies one jersey at a time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You did great. You did great.
But before we start the clock at 6 minutes and turn this over to George as our lead investor, you have Bethany, and then you have Ryan Shoe Nike. That's his name, Shoe Nike, who is pitching today. So it's appropriate that Mr. Shoe Nike and Bethany are here today to pitch an athletic product and an athletic solution. So that's great. That's a great way to start today. So George, as the lead investor, Swap Jersey Company, what do you think about it?
Well, as a Browns fan, and those who are Browns fans in the audience, we've had 34 quarterbacks since 1999. That's a lot of jerseys. That's about $7,000 worth of jerseys. You would have saved us $6,800.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you bringing a Browns jersey as your demo.
Of course.
Someone highlighted it's also Bowling Green's colors, but I
Yes,
think
sir.
those are Browns colors. My question is your graphic shows some of the creative things you can do. You've mentioned this retail store. What is the best way to reach the customers you're going after? Is it going to be a retail strategy? Is it going to be an online customization strategy? How are you going to get your products in the hands of customers who want to do some creative things and change numbers and names?
So this is going to be, our product is so variable. You can do a lot with it. So we have a wide variety of tactics, but mainly since we have different partnerships, we're going to rely on those. Since we give them a percentage, they'll be a little bit more inclined to help support our products and whatnot. But also, we do have a website that I formulated that will also go into making it an easier access for different customers who can't particularly go to the store right away, but also in store.
With that, like we mentioned in our pitch, I might have screwed it up, forgiveness. So we plan to maximize profit share with our small business owners. Our mission here is to say you order a jersey from Nike, and I know I'm saying it out loud for many to hear, so hopefully they're not listening. But all that money, you go to the store, purchase online, that money goes to Nike. Our goal here at Swaps is to keep that money local. You're partnering with, when you buy a jersey through Swaps, it's manufactured here locally in the community, our name tapes and numbers, which is then sold in store, keeping that money here rather than going to Oregon.
So does that mean you won't sell the Dicks?
I'm not saying it's out of the question, but our partnerships are strategically based with our local communities with the teams that we're supporting.
Okay. Thank you.
Megan.
So obviously you're trying to get your initial market research done. What does a successful market study look like for you? How do you know that you've had success?
So personally, it would be people, it's like seeing our products being enjoyed by many people, having a wide reach, and being able to ultimately support our communities. Seeing that there's an effect of that and being able to tell would be how we determine that.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of our selling point, and that's something we have to grow as a brand, what we're doing in the communities and when they purchase through us, where their money goes. And it's not in our pockets. That's how we plan to maximize our profit shares. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Great.
Clint.
After the initial $5,000 investment, what's your plan about raising additional money? Some pretty big expenses there, year 2, year 3. Where would that come from? How much do you think you would need?
So those projections come from, we want to imitate another company that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, 9 Line Apparel. Their brand model. And that's just a double. We want to grow. We think if we get out there in the communities, so that's off of 500 jerseys, we want to double that each and every year. So 515, and so on. We just want to grow and double every year. How do we plan on achieving more funding? That's my hope for y'all and after here is just to make some connections and see where things go with this.
Also, we have had discussions with especially Cal about partnering with our communities to do fundraising events with communities and programs like Rally Cap Sports. We also hope to do design contests with our name tapes and numbers and making them even more customizable in the future.
We're under 2 minutes, so Bethany, where do you want to take this?
I just have a quick question. If you could explain how the exclusive licensing works. How big of a hurdle is that to get over the licensing?
So it's extensive. It starts by submitting an application. As Bethany said, it's a $500 initial application. From there, once it gets accepted, you have to have a LLC and so on. From there, all our products have to be sent to Jake. He's our licensing officer here on campus, and he either approves or denies certain products. But after speaking with him, and it sounded like he's for the idea. I know I'm not saying it's a for sure thing, but it sounds like a good hope that there's endless opportunities here in the future with BG.
Manny, we got 30 seconds. Where do you stand?
What's the cost of buying the blank jersey before you have to add the nameplates?
Yeah, so $80
And
directly from...
And what does Nike sell it for when they put their branding on it?
Yeah, so average jersey price, $150 if you're looking online. Directly from the Nike website is what our school orders from as well. That's $80 per jersey.
My question is and you made mention of the fact that you didn't want Nike to hear, but if you're successful, they will. So they would be selling you blank jerseys at 80, but losing out on earning 150. Why would they maintain a relationship with you over time?
I'm hoping we can establish a relationship after we bring market data to them, and because we can reach areas in the community that I don't believe they can.
Yep.
Okay, we've reached time. So we're going to start with you, George. I know you're holding on to that Baker Mayfield and Manziel jersey for a lifetime, that you have no desire to get rid of it, that this is a bad idea, but where do you stand?
I'm in. I like the idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would also be in.
Great, great.
I'm in as well.
Good.
All right, then
Bethany?
we're all in.
All in, 100%, and congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Let's go.
You were pitching it to a couple of Browns fans over here, so this was an easy decision. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, and to
Thank
your
you all for your
mentor.
time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up to the stage is Daylon Humphreys. Daylon is from Columbus, Ohio, is a freshman at Schmidt-Horst College of Business, pursuing a bachelor's degree of science in business administration with a minor in individualized business. Daylon is a mentor, is Scotty Rupley. Scotty is a financial services professional at WealthWave, teaches courses at Bowling Green State University, and tutors finance, accounting, and marketing at Owens Community College. All righty, Daylon. The stage is yours. Go ahead.
All right. I have seen the statistics in Columbus, Ohio, with young adults and youth surrounding themselves with the wrong crowd, becoming incarcerated, and losing their life too early. I grew up in a low-income neighborhood and didn't have too many resources given to me. I went to a low-income school and didn't get to achieve my dreams based on the resources I had to get to my career. I lost 3 of my friends due to gun violence at the ages of 17, 18, and 19 that wasn't able to achieve their dreams and thrive. My name is Daylon Humphreys, the CEO and founder of Prophetic Achievers. My value proposition is direct mentoring and one-on-one career coaching, changing the African-American stereotype. My mission statement is strive to support the youth and remind them to strive for the best and achieve every goal they may dream of. My key activities is helping the youth to predict their path and dreams to their future and showing them they can achieve their dreams instead of thinking they cannot achieve their dreams based on where they come from. Career mentoring. My customer segment is African-American young adults and youth in low-income neighborhoods and low-income schools with limited resources. My channels are bringing awareness to low-income neighborhoods, marketing Prophetic Achievers merch, and talking to young adults individually. My competitors are Think Make Live, Urban League, Nonviolent Communication, and Hard Violence. Just in year 1, my expenses will be $4,700, and in year 2 and year 3, it will decrease because based on the stuff I will need for this program, I will already have in year 1. And I will register as a nonprofit in year 3. And my revenue streams will come from marketing prophetic achievers, vendor opportunities that will bring $1,800 and increase each year. And in contracts I will have with low-income schools to have my program involved into that school to help kids to switch their life around and stop them getting expended, suspended, and expelled. In grants, I'm eligible right now as an LLC, and then more when I register as a nonprofit. My incubations is getting African-American young adults going through a phase in their desired career path, connecting them with a career coach and guiding them in the right path, in the direction, and motivating these kids to help them find their way in life. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate it.
Jalon, thank you for that presentation. So we'll start with Megan. What are your thoughts on prophetic achievers?
Well, first of all, congratulations on your presentation, and thank you so much for your heart of service to serve youth that's so needed in this community. As you look at growing this business, is there a challenge with schools having privacy laws where they can't share the names of the at-risk youth with your organization? And would that be a hurdle?
Yes, that would be a hurdle, but a lot of the schools that I went to, I will already have like a bond with that school to have my program involved and know my business. I started my business in high school, and a lot of people know about my business in Columbus, Ohio already, so I feel like they'll be more open to have my program involved into that school. Especially in Columbus, that's something that the city needs. There's a lot of gun violence going on and incarcerating, and the violence is not stopping. So a program like this would change decreasing gun violence and decreasing kids in low-income neighborhoods and motivating them they could achieve every dream that they think they could dream of.
Thank you.
Clint.
Great job. I can tell that you're very passionate about this. Can you elaborate on why you're passionate about this and really tell us that personal story, why it means so much to you?
Yes, sir. I grew up in a low-income neighborhood. I didn't have too many resources. I was one of those kids that's been in trouble, almost on the way to get suspended. And a lot of people wasn't trying to help me with my dream that I wanted to do. I wanted to play basketball, and I was losing friends back-to-back to gun violence. I seen them to have talent, and they were surrounding themselves with the wrong crowd and gun violence and stuff like that. And I was one of those kids that almost was about to get to incarcerated and losing their life at a young age based on the decisions I made and the resources I had. I didn't have nobody to help me guide my path, so losing my friends motivated me to do this for them.
Thank you. Bethany.
Daylon, can you share how you might staff this initiative?
Yes, ma'am. So contracts, a lot of people in the city know about my business, so I already build relationships with a lot of people over the year. So a lot of people will be on board, and then through this whole process of the 10 weeks of the hatch, I build relationships to pull them in with different career paths to help these kids. And I feel like a lot of people will be down for this cause to help the African-American stereotype.
So you're looking for volunteers, or are you actually hiring employees?
I'm hiring employees, but I'm willing to take volunteers because I want the career mentors to be involved into this program and be down for the same cause to help these kids, to help them find their way in life.
Thank you.
Manny.
Very passionate and ambitious business idea, so congratulations, and I commend you for doing that. I was just curious, this has been a problem for some time, and you mentioned some competitors that are out there. Why have they not been successful or as successful as they probably want to be? And what are you going to do different and perhaps what will you learn from them that you can, solve such a perplexing problem?
I say they haven't been really successful because a lot of them are older. I'm around these kids' ages, so looking at somebody myself that's in college and actually doing this could motivate them kids in low-income neighborhoods to do this program and the program to go successful. And the programs out there that's my competitors, they don't do direct mentoring with kids. They really don't meet the kids. I want to know each kid that comes to the program one-on-one, get to know the kid, build a bond with the kid. A lot of the programs out there don't really do that.
Thank you.
George, we're at 2 minutes. What do you got?
Great job. My question for you is when you mention things like staffing, I saw your numbers. Your initial need for capital is relatively limited, but if you're going to have staff, that's going to be a larger ongoing need in the future. How do you plan on developing some form of funding channel to make sure this thing continues on into the future and just doesn't stop when we run out of $6,000?
Going to schools, having contracts, and in pep rallies, and contracts with the schools will build my revenue, and doing vendor opportunities with Prophetic Achievers merch. A kid wearing the Prophetic Achievers merch is motivating that kid, and donations, and then me registering as a nonprofit in year 3 and having my degree, more money would be coming in. And me right now as a LOC, I already have continued revenue coming from Prophetic Achievers merch and increasing each year in case the $6,000 do run out.
Great, thanks.
Alrighty, we have 57 seconds left on the clock. Prophetic Achievers, let's start with you, Megan. Where do you stand on it?
I think that this is a really important idea. I personally think that there's a little more development to go into this in order to make sure that you're successful. And I really want to see you successful, but I think that there's a little more planning that needs to go in. So I'm saying not at this point in time. But that doesn't mean that stop. Please keep going.
Clint.
I agree with Megan. I love the passion. I love the idea. A little too early for me.
Okay, Bethany.
I'm also out, but I want to make a recommendation, which is it is wildly expensive to stand up at scale a new nonprofit organization. Where I think you could be very successful is leveraging an existing organization and just running this as a program where they already have staffing and funding at your fingertips, and run it locally for a year or two, and then actually branch out on your own after that.
Great, Manny.
Unfortunately, we're 3 out.
3 out. All righty, we've reached the end. Thank you very much for the presentation. We appreciate it. Oh, George, you want to say something?
Yeah, Dalen, just one thing. I agree with everybody here. I'd like to give you a check for $1,000 to figure this out, because I think we want to encourage you to keep doing it. It's an important work. Important work.
Congratulations, Dave. Congratulations. Now, we thought it'd be fun to hear a couple of past hatchlings, what a couple of past hatchlings are up to. First is Jade Rush, a 2022 hatchling.
Hello, Falcons. My name is Jade Rush, and I'm the founder of Green Adventures Publishing, LLC. And our mission is to educate through action. I am creating a series of 3 printed educational and entertaining children's books, focusing on different environmental topics. These books will be made from 100% recycled and sustainable materials. And each book will have a different call to action at the end, so the child can positively impact the environment around them. As children are the key to saving the future, they need to be educated more at a younger age on current environmental topics. The first book in the series will follow a character named Evelyn, who happens to have superpowers to raise awareness around climate change. Evelyn's story and impact will be carried throughout the series. The call to action in this book will be for the child to tear out the wildflower seed page and plant the entire page in their backyard or inside in a pot. The child can then watch as the flowers grow, which will help the bees and other insects in the environment around them. So, Falcon investors, will you help me plant the seeds?
There is a critical need for food production systems that are...
Thank you. So I'm so excited to be back, and I can't believe that it's already been 1 year since I stood on this stage and pitched my children's book to the investors and got funded. It's been such a whirlwind, and over the past year, I have officially become Green Adventures Publishing LLC, as well as I have found a right supplier for me that really aligns with my company's mission and values. And most recently, I have ran a successful Kickstarter campaign, generating over $14,000 to put towards the first print run of my book. Now, I am currently in the final stages of editing my book, and I am super excited to announce that it should be available to be purchased this July. And if you would like to stay up to date with what I'm doing, you can head over to my Instagram at Green Adventures Publishing, or you can check out my website at greenadventurespublishingllc.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jade. It's wonderful hearing the success that comes from this particular event. And so great to hear about ongoing success as she develops her product. Thank you to our Diamond sponsors for your support during eWeek and the Hatch. All right, please join me in welcoming our next hatchling, Brian Posadny. Michael is from Perrysburg, Ohio, is a senior in the College of Arts and Sciences, majoring in history and political science. He is a member of the Honors College and works at BGSU Archives Center located in Lovey's Common. Michael's mentor this semester is Brian Powers. Brian is the president and CEO of Crawford United, which is a holding company providing specialty industrial products to diverse markets. Brian has his bachelor's in economics from BGSU and his law degree from Harvard. All righty, Michael, it's your turn. Let's hear your pitch.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Michael Posadny, and I'm studying history and political science here at BGSU. And I was wondering, I was left thinking with the question of, have you ever been in a class and you've been going through the material and you've been doing everything right, you've studied, paid attention, and taken good notes and everything, but for some reason the material just isn't sticking? I know I've been there myself, and it can be really frustrating, so I thought there's gotta be an easier way to make education accessible and maybe even make it a little bit fun. So I came up with Falcon Learning Games, which is about making board games that can be used in classrooms to help educating students and giving them the material. So the board games can provide classrooms with opportunities for a higher quality education while also making it a little bit more fun. That's the goal of this, and for this project, I've been going through and I made a prototype myself for how a bill becomes a law. That was the subject of the first game that I made, and that was based around a project that I did for school, in high school, and the teacher said that it was really effective for teaching, for instructing, and he thought it made the information clear, and he thought it was something that others could learn from too. So I decided to put this to the test, and I created a study for it. I made a pre-test and a post-test, and I had a sample size of 21 participants, and here is the prototype of the game, and I brought it with me as well today. So this is the one that I tested for the project, and students would go through this. They would each play as a bill, and they would move through Congress, and then all the way up until the presidency where they get signed into a law, and that's how a player can win the game. So the feedback that I got from this game was overwhelmingly positive. Everyone seemed to enjoy it in the feedback that they left. Additionally, the results from the test, the pre-test and the post-test, can be seen on the PowerPoint. So the mean for the pre-test and the post-test, there's a big difference, and the data shows that there's a highly significant growth margin within the study, within the results. So students performed a lot better, and they enjoyed it as well. Implementation for this. So I have an idea of starting this in Ohio, and I'm thinking about printing around 200 units in the first year, because that would capture over 10% of the market in terms of schools. There are over 1,300 schools in the state of Ohio. So I'm looking to get it in as many schools as I can in the first year, and then expanding into other schools throughout the state as well in the next couple of years, and then expanding throughout the Midwest, and eventually making this something that can be nationwide. And it will be sold to teachers through teacher conferences. It'll be sold online as well, and it can be sold in game stores too. So for the pricing of this game, it will be sold at around $25 and cost around $8 to make. So there will be $17 per profit per game. And that will leave me with a lot of opportunity to help with growth and developing new games, which is something I want to get into in the next couple of years as well. Potentially making games about similar subjects like the other branches of government, or potentially expanding into history as well, because that's another area that I'm really familiar with. And so the test results that I got, I think, speak for the effectiveness of the game, and they really indicate that this is something that a classroom could really benefit from having. All right.
All right, thank you, Michael. Thank you. Okay, to get us started on the clock, Clint, give us your thoughts on Michael's Falcon Learning Games.
Well, great job, Michael, first of all. My question is about the sales cycle. Yeah. When you sell this to teachers and at conferences, are those the decision makers? And is it a quick sales cycle? Do they have to wait till the next school year? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so I've been getting into contact with some teachers, and they were thinking that marketing it directly to the teacher would be the best way to get it into classrooms rather than going through a school board. A school board might not be a bad alternative as well, but I think the teacher is the direct line that I'm looking to invest in. And marketing it to them at teachers' conferences is where I want to start. Additionally, they mentioned that getting started, a lot of where they're familiar with things to include in their curriculum comes from word of mouth. So I'm hoping that this is the kind of thing that they'll spread to other teachers as well.
Thank you.
Bethany.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the difference between, school funding, right, is very tight typically. It's not unusual for teachers to fund their classrooms out of their own pocket.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit more about what's available in terms of educational materials and the competitive landscape, right? Like, you think of somebody like a Scholastic Books, right, which has a whole cadre of educational materials. How do you think about that in your marketing plan holistically?
Yeah, so I've been looking into getting education grants to fund this, and then as for competitors, I've found that there are no competing alternatives to something like this, but right now the other options are typically less, they're usually free, but this one, the quality of this one has been proven shown with the game. And I think that, like the test results that I got, and I think that having teachers, like asking teachers to fund this for their classroom is the idea here. Talking to the school board as well, and seeing about getting funding for something like this, maybe seeing if that would fit into the budget. I know you said that it's already tight as it is, but I think this could be something that's really effective, so they are going to want it in the classroom. I think it's something that the teachers should be looking to pay out of pocket for. Does that answer your question? Okay. Thanks.
Manny.
2 quick questions.
Sure.
How is this game delivered? Do you envision it to be an app, or is this like a board game?
So the prototype that I have here is, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks. This would be a board game, but this would be kind of like this, but turned into more of like a foldable board. And then I had players use like pawns and dice that they would roll and move through it. So I am looking to expand it into being something online as well, eventually, and having it be sold online as well.
So would teachers buy one for their classroom, or would they buy one for each of their students?
You could buy a couple for the classroom. We were talking about having this be about 4 to 6 players, so selling this, multiple of these to one classroom could be beneficial. Or I know the teachers that I spoke with talked about sometimes they'll have classrooms do stations, so put people in groups and have them go around, and this could be one of the stations that they use as part of the curriculum to assist with the teaching of the subject. Okay, thanks.
Okay, George.
Michael, have you thought a little bit about what, keep this sustainable, what game 2, game 3, game 4 might be? Because I imagine this has a, you'll get it in the classrooms and then they'll be saying, this is working, what's next? What are the next couple things you've been thinking about as far as the games?
So I've been thinking about, well, the legislative branch, which is what this game covers, is only one of the 3 branches of the US government. So there are 2 more branches that I can make games about right there. And then beyond that, I'm thinking about expanding into subjects more related to history. And eventually, if that all gets covered, I could expand into other subjects of classwork as well. I think really any class in a school could benefit from something like this.
Great, thanks.
Megan.
In your research, how big did you think that this market is?
So I was looking at how many schools are in the US, and I was looking to see how many of them have, well, all of them teach American government. So I think there's definitely an opportunity there because it'll be everywhere. But I think, I've actually found that there might be some value outside of schools as well. Some people might just like to learn this material, but sticking strictly with schools for now, I think it has value in really any classroom that teaches American government. And I think that it's the kind of thing so like I said, there are over 1,300 schools just in the state of Ohio. Now, additionally, there are over 20,000 in the United States, so each of them buying, or even most of them buying something like this, I think would help with spreading the value of the game and helping it grow.
Okay, we got 16 seconds. We're going to go to a vote here. Do we have a deal, folks? Let's start out. Clint, where do you stand on this one?
Unfortunately, I am out. I would like to see a little more customer discovery with the teachers in the classroom so they really pull it into the class.
Okay.
All righty, Bethany.
I'm out too.
All righty, Manny.
I'm out. It's an interesting idea, but I think budgets are really tight. This is a tough market.
Yeah.
Okay, we're down, we're out. George, any closing thoughts, or Megan?
No, I'm with everyone here. I think it's a little early. I think you're onto something, but it needs more development. A little premature. I would invite you to come back next year with something a little bit more thought through.
And I agree. I think that the customer discovery really clearly defining what's the addressable part of the market, because while there are 1,300 schools, some of them are elementary, some of them are high school, some of them are junior high, and so there's a wide variety of subjects taught. And so really kind of honing in on who you're selling to would be helpful.
Okay.
So Falcon Learning Game stays in the incubator. Thank you very much, Michael. Let's get back with that one. Thank you to our gold sponsors for your support during E-Week and the Hatch. Next up is Chelsea Lee. Please help me to welcome her to the stage. Chelsea is from Cleveland, Ohio, as a junior majoring in public relations with a minor in marketing. She's a member of BGSU's Public Relations Student Society of America. Chelsea's mentor is John Horner. John is the owner of Core Development, a real estate company that focuses on creating value by improving properties and neighborhoods in and around the Columbus, Ohio area. John is a BGSU alum, and this is John's first time being a mentor for the Hatch. Here we go, folks. Chelsea, take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chelsea Lee, and I am the founder of Just For You Beauty, LLC, in which I will later go into detail as to exactly what it is that my brand entails. But this moment, I would like for the audience to either follow along on the screen or pulling out your phones and going on a navigation system app. And you'll type inside the word beauty supply. Beauty supply store, you might have a couple suggestions popping up, such as Sally's Beauty or Walgreens or Walmart, as these places do carry personal care products, yet they do not carry the products for a vast majority of ethnic or minority groups, in which the closest one that does, as you can see, is going to be Maine Beauty Supply, being 30 minutes away. 30 minutes just to obtain hair and beauty care products, just to keep a nice hairstyle or beauty regimen. Yet we have 8 combined vaping and smoke shops within a 2-mile radius of Bowling Green State University, where we are right now. But I'm not here today to talk about the why or the how, but instead I am that solution to that why and that how, in which my brand, Just for Hue Beauty, is dedicated to providing those high-quality hair and beauty care products through efficient vending services, as this will alleviate any inconveniences and inefficiencies that consumers of color, such as myself, have to go through when obtaining hair and beauty care products, in which this will carry those high-quality products for a profit margin of 30% or a $2 to $3 increase, as this will be implemented in one of two places on BGSU's campus, including the student union or a residence hall, as I have received a contingent approval with the procurement specialist at BGSU, in which this is a contingent approval upon ensuring that I have the expenses to funding my vending machine itself. With that being said, I'm asking for a $6,000 investment, and what you guys are looking at is going to be a simplified plan in regards to the startup business for my expenses, $3,400 being for the vending machine plus any miscellaneous expenses, inventory starting at $1,180, for storage, $600, for both licensing fees and marketing going for $100, and $57 per month or $685 annually for insurance. Now, Chelsea, how do we even know that this is a problem going on? Because I asked, in which 78 students actually, through union tables, testimonials, and surveys, out of those 78 students, 65 of them have said that they have to purchase hair and beauty care products at least 3 to 4 times per month. 58 of those students have said that they have to travel at least 30 minutes or more to obtaining those products just to fulfill their needs. And each and one of those students have agreed that having easily accessible hair and beauty care products on the comfort of our own campus and community is indeed beneficial. What you are looking at is going to be a 3-year growth plan starting for the year of 2023, I'm expected to earn, let's say 58 of those students were to purchase something from my machine. That's going for the next 12 months per se. That's bringing in a revenue of $6,424 alone for the first month of for the first year of 2023. For the year of 2024, I'm expected to increase my brand from 45% with expected earnings of $8,424. As we constantly have new enrollment of students, this allows for new consumers to reach every day, or every year, excuse me. Now, that does not mean that my business has to stop here, no. There are other colleges and universities that probably do face similar situations. I want to make this practical and convenient for everyone through implementing vending machines in places such as airports, hotels, licensing bureaus, and even further, a brick and mortar facility later on. With that being said, I want to ask you guys to take in this opportunity to bring the change with me, not for me. Thank you.
Chelsea, thank you. Great name for a company.
Thank
so
you.
we're going to start off with Bethany. What do you think?
Thanks. Well, Chelsea, nice job putting this together. You are not the first, this is not the first time I've heard about this issue. I just have a couple of two-part questions. One, to confirm that I understand the problem statement,
Yes.
right? That local retail stores, a Walgreens, a CVS, a Walmart, handle hair care products. They just don't have the high-quality products that you're looking for. Is that true?
Not
Or did I
necessarily.
misunderstand?
No, not necessarily high quality. Now, I know I did put that in the slides per se, but more so products that pertain to a vast majority of more persons of color. Something as simple as moisturizer or conditioner, I would have to go travel 30 minutes rather than where my racial counterpart might have to go just to Sally's Beauty, which is right up the street. So not necessarily, but a vast majority of all types of products that are
and so
typically hard to find.
It sounds like the products are available. This is a distribution problem, not a product problem. Like the products are available in the market. There's just a distribution problem with the products, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So why is a vending machine the right distribution mechanism versus a subscription model or Amazon or right, like a mail order?
Now, to
type
take those into
distribution?
consideration, yes. Now, you have to think with Amazon, for instance, shipping, delivery fees. Let's say I have a date tonight. I can't wait for, 2 to 3 days for shipping just to grab hair care products. Having to exhaust my resources and having to travel practically an hour just to gaining those products, as mentioned, the beauty supply store being 30 minutes away, that's impractical. It brings a sense of students of color to feel overlooked when they don't have the convenient approach to obtaining these products here in our own community.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Manny.
I have a similar question to Bethany. First of all, great presentation.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
It was not only the high energy, but just, it was fun. Just was fun. So I just want to talk about the Amazon one. I'm certainly no expert on what you're dealing with, but I would imagine that you know more than a couple days that you're running out of shampoo or conditioner or a moisturizer. Why doesn't Amazon work? And if you use Amazon Prime, I think shipping's free. So just talk a little more about that. And then I had a thought.
Again, you want these services to be convenient. You want these to, again, me having to exert my resources of having to, travel far or having to go online when, again, not everyone else has to go through that experience, so why should I? That's all. Does that make sense?
Amazon's easy.
Amazon's Amazon, but also you have to understand that Amazon doesn't have all the products either that a larger beauty supply store would offer as well. So you do have to take that in consideration, as that is a competing market as well.
So a thought.
Yes.
So Bethany was bringing this point about distribution. Over half your cost is in this vending machine. I'm not sure it's the best way to distribute the product. Could you get one of these stores on campus to carry the product and do a test to see if you're getting the volume that you need?
That's definitely a possibility, but I think with the research that I've done, I think that it shows that, our population of students of color is 13%, and having 78 students already explaining that they go through this problem, I think that is something that's already kind of noticed. And as Bethany mentioned, she's heard discussions about this in the past, about this being a problem. So I think, again, having that efficient vending service at your own convenience, at your own leisure, at your own time is what the best solution I feel is. And I think a vending machine will do that.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, George.
Yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't ordinarily think of this as a problem, but I spend a lot of time in airports, and I have seen some of these machines, not dedicated to people of color beauty supplies, but just some miscellaneous beauty supplies. I think, unfortunately, even some Kardashian-related beauty supplies. But they're in the airport.
Yeah.
Which means there is a need that Amazon isn't serving, whether it be
Absolutely.
on the fly, I need it now, oh my God, I forgot it. Can you find the right inventory of products to go in that vending machine that meet the needs of your customer? How would you figure that out? Because there's an awful lot out there.
I have, and I've actually already done that through my surveys as well. I had students also recommend products that they would like to see. And again, as myself, I have to personally go through this, so I kind of can put myself in my own shoes per se and understand what products, are typically hard to find. That's the biggest thing. I want products that are typically hard to find, or, that you don't have to going out of your way to purchasing per se. So definitely.
Kudos to George for naming Kardashian beauty products, Kudos.
We got Just For
Kudos
You
to
Beauty coming now, so
All right,
give them a run
let's
for their
move on,
money.
Megan. We're going on a minute here.
Yep, I think you did a great job. I love the fact that you did market research and that you did such a nice volume of market research. I just want to think about, or do you have ideas on how you expand to other campuses that have these same challenges?
Oh, definitely, definitely. As we all go to, or as I go to a predominantly white institution, there's universities such as University of Michigan, or even, Ohio University, that I have peers everywhere, and they also face the same situation. Harvard, for instance, there's countless articles and research on this becoming a problem. And I think with my business being able to scale, I can put a vending machine, which is, again, easily passive to just placing anywhere per se for everyone's convenience.
All righty, Clint, we're running out of time here. We're going to go right to a vote. So you close this out.
Okay. Am I voting or a question?
Do you want to add something?
I'll just give you two compliments.
Yes, sir.
Great job on
Thank
the
you.
map at the beginning. That visual was great. And surveying the 78 people. That was great.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, let's go around the horn. Bethany, where do you stand?
Boy, I'm on the fence. I think I'm out for now, but great job.
Thank you.
I will say yes, but it's contingent. I want to see a test without the vending machine. And the reason is maintaining a vending machine is costly, and you got to maintain the equipment.
Yeah.
And I think because of all the inventory choices you have, I think it's important to test where is that demand, and why not have an existing retailers that are right here on
Absolutely.
campus to store it for you and test it out.
George.
I'm sort of like Manny. I came into this thinking, I'm not so sure. But number one, you're a compelling pitcher. Fantastic job. I want to invest in you. Number two, this, even as the vending machine, whether she goes vending machine or not, this is a contained test. You know what I mean? We're not scaling. For $6,000, we can get one vending machine, and we can find out if what you are saying is true. We can validate it. So for that reason, I'm in.
There we go. All righty. We got George in. We're coming on the back row here. What do we got, Megan?
I am definitely in. This solves a real need in the community.
All righty. Okay, Clint, it's all up to you. Close us out strong. What do you got?
I am in on you
There
and
we
the
go.
idea.
Chelsea, you sold us.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
I appreciate this. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Now, let's hear from our second pass hatchling of the evening, Corey Burge, also a hatchling from our 2022 event. Corey, please tell us what you've been up to.
There is a critical need for food production systems that are local, organic, and resistant to climate change. That's exactly why I founded SAS. We are committed to bringing sustainable agricultural technology that's easy to use and affordable to our customers. The product that I'm presenting to you today is called the Ag Garden. This food production system can guarantee cheaper and healthier food all year long from your home. This product could save you about $40 a month and pay itself off within 4 to 5 months. The Ag Garden is simple to use. Just attach it to your standard fish tank, fill the plant basket with our aquagel beads and a plant, make sure your fish are well fed, and you're on your way to growing your own healthy organic produce. Coupled with the Ag Garden are our aquagel beads, which are designed specifically to maximize plant growth and by doing so, keeps your fish tank cleaner for longer. Let me explain to you how this works. Aquagelponics is the food production method that takes place in the Ag Garden. First, nutrient-rich aquarium water is pumped into the system, where our aquagel beads absorb those nutrients, and then clean water can move out of the system to be recycled and reused in your fish tank. The plants use the nutrients that are locked into the aquagel beads to maximize their growth for high nutritional value.
Corey, go ahead.
Thank you. So I just want to give a quick shout out first to all of the mentors who have helped me over the last year. I've had a lot of fun doing this project. And I just want to also say thank you to BGSU for inviting me back so I can give an update to everyone. So I pitched aquagelponics here last year, and I've been on a roller coaster ride ever since. I've had a great time, honestly. So unfortunately, during the hatch, I did not receive funding. So that was pretty disappointing, but it was okay. I was left worried that people wouldn't believe in my idea. But thankfully, Megan from Mercy Health Innovations was in the audience, and she thought that my idea was great. And she ended up awarding AGP with a grant for $25,000. Yes, thank you. So that was so incredible. I just want to say thank you again to everyone who's helped me. My mentors, Megan and I, all know that AGP can help people make tremendous progress towards their sustainable development goals. So, thank you.
So there we have a precedent, folks. If they're not investing, you can invest. And obviously transform someone's life. That's amazing. Thank you very much, Corey, for that great story. Thank you to our bronze sponsors for your support during eWeek and the Hatch. Our next hatchling up is James Pete. James is from Bowling Green, Ohio, is a junior in the College of Technology, Architecture, and Applied Engineering, pursuing a bachelor's in management and technology. As a non-traditional student, returning to higher education after 10 years of work, and life experience, James brings a unique perspective, an appreciation for recognizing and solving issues facing our local and global environment. James' mentor is Jack Martin, engineering and manager at Project Design and Built, a custom automation company in Toledo, Ohio. This is Jack's first year as a mentor in the Hatch. All righty, James, now it's your time to pitch.
Hi, everybody. The United States is going through topsoil 10 times faster than it can be replenished. That should alarm everybody in this room. My name is James P. I'm the CEO and founder of Black Gold Composting. My goal through Black Gold is to close the loop between wasted groceries, methane production, water contamination, and contaminated water. So without human intervention, natural decomposition is a vital part of Earth's nutrient cycle. We have the nutrients get back into the soil, setting up the succession for plant life and biodiversity. You throw humans into the equation with modern conveniences, grocery stores holding every ingredient that you could imagine, every day of the week, all the time, and we start to run into some issues. The strains that are put on our agricultural community are ravaging our soil in a serious way. We are stripping nutrients season after season and spraying quick fix chemicals to increase our crop yields. This is addressing the symptom, not the underlying ailment. These chemicals are entering the water supply, creating devastating algae blooms that strip our water of oxygen. This produce that we're growing in the field, if it does not get picked up at the grocery store, heads straight to the landfill. And due to the combination of synthetic materials and organic waste, we end up with an anaerobic situation, creating methane as a byproduct. Methane, when left unchecked, is an incredibly harmful greenhouse gas with the potency 25 times carbon dioxide. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So what we can do, we can create compost that does wonders for our soil. Well-manicured compost can aerate soil, it can improve root structures, it can decrease runoff, it is chock full of beneficial microbes and nutrients. I mean, really, the list goes on and on. So how are we gonna make this happen? I've been able to establish connections with third parties in this space that are happy and willing to work with Black Gold Composting. Go Zero has verbally committed to dropping off organic waste at a Black Gold site outside of Bowling Green. Go Zero has contracts with Bowling Green municipalities, businesses around town. They do really, really great work. I've also got a verbal commitment from DPI, Decorative Panels International in Toledo, to supply untreated wood pellets upwards of 800,000 pounds on an annual basis. These wood pellets are the perfect carbon source for healthy compost. I've also been in contact with landscaping stores that are happy to showcase Black Gold compost, including Lowe's in Perrysburg and Hones in Holland. Now, I'm asking the Hatchers for $1.2 million. No, I'm just kidding. I am asking the Hatchers for incubation and $8,000. And what I'll do with that money is acquire land to establish a site for operations, purchase manual equipment, and the first year will be 2 26-week cycles to take that finished compost, sample it, and test it to prove the efficacy of not only our finished product, but the method of production to get there. There are no real shortcuts, and it is going to take a lot of hard work. But we have an opportunity here to increase our soil health, improve the quality of our water, take down greenhouse gas emissions, and repurpose wasted groceries. So what do you say, Hatchers? Can you dig it?
All righty. Okay, Manny, talk to us about James and Black Gold Composting.
He had me at 1.2 million. I think it's a really interesting idea and thoughtful, so thank you. You know, I don't know a lot about this, but I feel like it's something we need to figure out.
It certainly is.
But it would be helpful to understand the companies that are going to provide you kind of the raw materials, these wood pellets and other, materials. Are they offering that to you for free, or are you going to have to pay for that?
Totally for free. So,
okay.
The deal with Go Zero is David Andre, the CEO, he's kind of a hero of mine. They're based out of Columbus, but operate in Bowling Green. They've got a fleet of diesel trucks that right now they get paid for the collection for companies around town, and they're taking them to all the way to Fostoria. Now, the gas bill adds up for him, and so he approached me and said, if you build something right outside of Bowling Green, I'll drop it off, we'll both save money. The wood pellets from DPI, they're paying about $900 a week to take them to the landfill. They said, take as much as you want, you'll be doing us a favor, we're happy to cooperate.
That's fascinating. And then, I know you'd just be estimating at this point, but the alternative to the product that you have, which is kind of interesting, you have the perfect last name for this, but
I know.
what is, it's twice now, Derek.
I know.
I don't know.
Pete, I love it.
Yeah.
I picked it myself.
But
you stole my joke, by the way. But
I know, I borrowed it. Is it less expensive or more expensive than the alternatives that farmers or others might consider?
Well, that's an interesting question because a lot of farmers are getting just animal waste for free because the EPA will cite any place that has too much of it on premise. Now, it is a lower quality. It is kind of a quick release nutrient pump at the beginning of the season, whereas this microbe-rich, nutrient-rich compost is more of an investment into the soil, and it is a little bit more expensive.
But will it improve their yields?
Absolutely.
I see.
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
all right, George.
You mentioned Lowe's and Home Depot. Is your strategy primarily going to be on the wholesale industrial side going forward or the retail side? Where's the emphasis?
When I first started this project, it was definitely about getting compost out to the fields by the acre, right? The structure of the hatch has changed a little bit. I went back to the drawing board, and to start somewhere, we're going to start with bagged compost by the square yard to get the ball rolling and hopefully expand and scale up so that we can put a bigger dent into this problem.
Okay. Megan.
So I know that when we have better soil, we get more nutritious food, so that obviously solves a real issue. In Europe, a lot of times they have kind of compost bins like we all have recycling bins. Is that part of your long-term goal to incorporate that kind of activity with different municipalities that you're in?
Well, Go Zero is already incorporating those parts. Over by the recycling center, they have a spot that you can drop off compost, and that is part of their collection route.
Okay.
Same with the businesses. And most importantly, in my opinion, are the wasted groceries that are coming from the grocery store. That's a huge part of it.
Clint.
I think you did a great job explaining the problem and your solution. At the end of this proof of concept period, what do you hope to achieve? Where do you want to be at with this?
Well, first, I think it'd be a great project for a grad student here, right? To sample the soil, check the microbe count, check the nutrient density of it, and prove that it is a superior product to a lot of things that you would find bagged, and certainly better than synthetic fertilizers. But I would like to have a relationship with different stores, and hopefully it's a hard circle to crack into, but into the farming community, and set up a relationship where we really can improve their soil quality on a larger scale.
Great.
Congratulations. This is just an incredible presentation. You did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
It sounds like a monumental task. How do you think about this as a for-profit business, though? To me, it almost seems like it needs to be a government subsidy versus a scalable for-profit business to incent farmers to actually buy the product.
Well, I'm trying to be a dirt farmer and get paid for it. No, but really, it would be great if there was more, I'd say, cooperation from the government themselves, but I think the only way to really get this off the ground is to bootstrap it, including this stage right now and selling for profit.
Do we have a dirty deal, Manny? What do we got?
One quick question.
One quick answer.
How long does it take to create and test this compost?
26 weeks from the product that we bring on site to well-screened, manicured compost, and so we have 2 opportunities throughout the first year.
I think it's a big idea worth going after. I'm in.
Thank you.
Manny's in. George, what do you got?
Yeah, James, you made manure sound exciting. I'm in.
Thank you.
All right. Megan, what we got?
I think it was a great presentation, and I think that there's a lot of opportunities. We have one of the largest number of greenhouses in the community, and they could certainly use the the product that you're producing. So I'm definitely in.
Great. Congratulations. We've got 3.
All right,
Let's
we're
go
all
ahead and
in.
close it out. What do you got, Clint?
It's a noble cause. You have to start somewhere. I'm in.
In. What do we got, Bethany? You in
I'm
too?
all in.
Unanimous decision. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
These raw materials are free, the best.
That's great. Great idea. Okay, next up to the stage is Izzy Mraz, and her company is called Is Yo Design. Great name. Izzy is a sophomore at Schmidt-Horst College, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Administration, a specialization in marketing, and a minor in advertising. Izzy is passionate about sports and currently serves in leadership positions with BGSU Women's Club Soccer Team and International Football Club. Izzy's mentor is Corey Katz. Corey was once a hatchling himself. Corey is a financial advisor with Edward Jones and a BGSU alumnus who resides in the Cleveland area. Corey is a seasoned mentor in the Hatch program. With great mentorship, Izzy, it's your turn. Make your pitch.
Balling on a budget. A phrase every college student knows. Getting most bang out of your buck. That was me my freshman year. 3 seniors kept me motivated and on track. As graduation came around the corner, I looked high and low, online and in person, for the perfect graduation gifts. Something that was uniquely personalized to each individual. Something that was truly from the heart. Hi, my name's Izzy Mraz. I'm the maker of Is Yo Design. My mission is to add a few extra smiles across campuses everywhere. My business focuses on crafting unique and personalized designs that feature the iconic hotspots and aspects of the college towns we adore. The college experience is a term you have all heard of. Investors, earlier this evening, I handed out a poster to you that correlates to your own unique experience. My business focuses on capturing the customer's true own voice. Moving into your dorm room or entering your first apartment post-college, you're met with a familiar sight. A boring, bland environment. Sure, it covers the basic needs of a roof over your head and an environment to do your work, but it does not mean your environment feels homey. However, after a few simple additions of my designs, you'll instantly smile when reminiscing on your good times throughout college. Here's a closer up view of my 3 examples of my inventory, on campus, off campus, and our college. My business has easy scalability with always the customer voice in mind. As truly, it is Yo Design. Here's a closer up view of my total inventory. Of 70 designs in total, 55 designs for Bowling Green and 15 for our schools in Ohio. There are 3 ways of buying my products. Number 1 is through my online shop. Number 2 is through campuses' bookstores. And number 3 is through downtown establishments. Wherever my customer buys from, the price is guaranteed to be the same. My pricing strategy is to hit the market low and penetrate it with $15 per design and $20 per framed design. Of my survey results, 70 people say they already hang up posters in their dorm room. Of that 70%, only 42% have 1 or 2 generic Bowling Green posters, meaning there's this market gap of 28%. However, my business fulfills that total of 70% of people who desire to make their environment more homey. My forecast outlook for year number 2 is to craft 50% of the state schools in Ohio. Each year of operation, my business expands and grows to more state schools and the schools in Ohio and then across the country from there. I ask you to take me underneath your wing and if your financial investment items such as a professional printer, increase in inventory, the Adobe Suite, and website software upgrade will allow me to secure items with quality control and increased capabilities for my future designs. As I'm always called with a big smile on my face, I ask you to help me spread a few extra smiles across every college everywhere, as let's be honest, we need happiness in this world. Thank you.
All righty, Izzy, we've gone around the bases. We're back at George. George, you start us off.
Great, Izzy. Great presentation. Love the idea. Love the work you've put into the graphics. They're outstanding. Question. I think one of the keys to your success is going to be the freshness and trendiness of your designs. How would you keep that, that's something that changes a lot.
Yeah.
How would you keep those fresh and new and on trend going forward?
So I have a survey submission where people can submit designs they want to see, and like my idea is to have like a weekly drop where I build up hype for it on social medias and through marketing, so people know it's coming soon. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for it to be dropped and available. So that's my idea of keeping up, of hearing people's suggestions and taking into account and then building that design.
And then just to follow up really quickly, how would you prevent someone from basically duplicating your design? When you're using social media and you're showing them a new design, someone could say, oh, look at this, and try to, again, if they're cost conscious, do it on their own.
Yes, so for my business, when I'm posting my items online, I have my copyright logo over it, so people can't directly just screenshot it. With technology, it's easy to do that. So that's how I'm protecting it online. And then through businesses, I plan on making exclusive agreement deals with downtown establishments. So I'm the only maker that can make products like this, as there's nothing else on the market currently.
Great answer.
Megan.
So as you've looked into scaling this, have you run into any copyright or trademark issues as you're dealing with existing companies that are in the community?
Talking with a lawyer, I have not found out there's any issues. As long as I'm not using the business's logos, there's no issue. It's just using their name. And once again, I can offer them a kickback if they have like an issue with me crafting posters. But we all have the same idea of giving back to the community we love, like supporting each other. So.
Clint.
Have you thought about when you're making these designs, and you said you allow user input, even requests, making an interactive type of visual display for them to kind of put the pieces and parts together that they would like to?
So I could have like a demo up on my website where it's kind of like build your own, where say they love campus polyies, they get the same order each week. So you could put in requests that say, I want pepperoni stuffed breadstick listed on my poster design, because that's something that speaks to them. So my business focuses on crafting posters that you have your own input, because it truly is your design. That's like the whole basis,
Bethany.
You showed us earlier a little bit about the personalization, but is there other customization, like you can make a wall-size poster, or are there different customizations besides just picking one icon over another?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. So with a professional printer, which I'm asking you guys for, I'll be able to print different sizes and everything, so it'll be able to fulfill what the customer is asking for. And me personally, I'm part of the women's club soccer team here, so it's unique for me because I could walk into Falcon Outfitters and there won't be any club soccer stuff. But with my posters, you can create something. I can put my own jersey number 5 on it. It just makes it so much more special. And that same goes with like your food orders or your jersey numbers or anything that's important to you on these designs.
And Manny.
Really interesting. I was just curious, how much do people spend on this today? I know you gave some percentages of how many people buy things, but I didn't have a good sense of how much they actually spend.
So posters range from like $10 to say $50, depending on like what size and quality and like if it's like a popular artist. But it just very depends. But there's nothing really on the market like mine currently, so it's hard to price. But based off the sizes, I'm penetrating the market low, so people are willing to give it a chance.
And have you thought about whether or not you could work with, with the university and actually try to sell your products through an existing channel where everybody's already shopping?
Perfect, yes. I want to talk to Falcon Outfitters especially, and then our campus's bookstores located throughout the country, and get my products in there as it's easy accessibility for people to buy from. And like I hope to have like a few designs in each downtown establishment where they can scan a QR code and go directly to my website and buy the product right from there.
Great.
Is Yo Designs. George, where do you stand?
My gut tells me I'm not sure about the idea.
Okay.
But I like the way you presented it. I think there's something there. I'm going to be a tentative yes. Tentative in that if you can get 2 of these other folks to go with me, I'm in.
Okay.
That's a real positive step right there.
Yeah, I know. I'll take it.
But he's saying he's in.
I'm
All
a
right,
hard
let's
worker.
go.
I'll take
What do
it.
we got?
There are 3 more. We don't need
Good point.
I think that you're really at a great jumping off point to test the market and really see and validate whether your product really has the legs that you have. So I would say I'm a tentative yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes. Tentative is yes and yes, I think. Clint, what do you got?
I think if you really focus on the customization and the differentiation, I think if you do that, you'll be successful. I'm in.
In, 100% in there. I like that one. All righty, that's good.
Thank you.
Bethany, no tentatives here. Let's
Yeah.
close this.
Well,
Where do we stand?
You no longer need my vote, but, because I'm in. I think the incubation money should be spent on test marketing, not just any idea, but your ideas specifically, and seeing if they're going to be appealing to the market.
Will do.
Manny, anything to add?
Yes, this is a business that
Absolutely.
can actually make money.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm definitely a yes.
Okay, thank you.
Great, congratulations, Izzy.
Thank you.
All righty, audience, this is your last chance. Don't forget to vote for the People's Choice Award of the evening, AKA the Eggie. You can vote at bgsu.edu/hatch vote. Let me say that again, bgsu.edu/hatch vote for the hatchling whose idea you think is the best. Thank you to our supporting sponsors, Coca-Cola, Hint, SmartSolve, Big B Coffee, Realizability, which I can't get right, I'm sorry folks, I've tried all night, Zen Business for your support of eWeek and The Hatch. Special thanks to all of our sponsors for your support. Without you, The Hatch would not be possible. We'd like to thank Paul Hooker for his continued support of Entrepreneurial Center. Well, folks, that's it for the Hatchlings presentations, but we have a few more exciting announcements before we conclude. This year, we have 2 Eggies, one for our live presenters, who you all witness, and one for the post-award presenters. That's the live audience who was able to interact prior to the show. The Eggies are BGSU's People Choice Award for their favorite presentation and business idea of the evening, and it looks like we have all of those tallies in. To help us hand out the Eggies Award this evening, I'd like to welcome Freddie and Frida. You know, there was a concern earlier that Freddie and Frida may not come, and I said, I know somebody. I know somebody. They are here to support tonight. So Freddie and Frida, thank you for joining us. Also on stage, Dean Percival. All righty. Winner of the poster board, Eggie, is Elizabeth Banday and Mindful Music. Please come forward and accept your Eggie. Don't be scared of them. They don't bite. They're really nice, I promise you. All right. Congratulations, Elizabeth. That's awesome. Congratulations. Winner of the next Eggie for live pitch is Izzy Mraz with Izzy Yo Design. Is Yo Design. Congratulations, Izzy. A huge round of applause for all of our 2023 hatchlings. Another round of applause for our mentors and investors. We appreciate your time, your commitment, and helping BGS students fully realize their potential. Applications, please. Yeah, absolutely. A round of applause.
Applications for the 2024 Hatch will be opening earlier this year. To keep an eye open for that announcement. Applications will be due in September, so get working on those ideas. Thank you very much for being a part of this. Do you want me to close this out? Alrighty. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for everybody watching live, those who have joined here in the Maurer Center, those of you that are online, those of you that are up in the rafters. Thanks for making tonight very special for all of our students that participated and for everybody that has a vision, a dream to do something special, just needs a little bit of help. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.